questions during it.
Heart disease and stroke touch so many of us at work and even in our personal lives. The work we do can make a difference, even if it's only just one person at a time. We all have talents that we can invest, and sometimes our time is just as valuable as a monetary contribution. I'm talking to you today about the American Heart Association and volunteering as an instructor teaching CPR in the community. According to the American Heart Association's website, heart.org, somebody dies every 30 seconds of heart disease or stroke. And you think about that. That's somebody's wife, father, mother, son, daughter, all lost to the leading killer in this country. I volunteer as regional faculty for the local chapter of the American Heart Association. And if you think about it, volunteers are the lifeline of the American Heart Association. And they help them carry out their mission every day. What I want to do today with you guys is just tell you how you can get involved. So let's start with why CPR is needed. When I accessed the Heart Rhythm Association's website, I learned that sudden cardiac arrest is the leading killer in the United States. It kills more than 325,000 people a year. That's 1,000 people a day and a person every 2 minutes. So in this short time that we're going to be in here, there'll be 3 or 4 people that will die from sudden cardiac arrest. According to heart.org, 88% of all cardiac arrests happen at home. So, statistically speaking, if we were going to administer CPR, a lot of times it's going to be to a loved one, a spouse, a child, a coworker, or friend. Effective CPR and immediately after sudden cardiac arrest can double or triple the victim's survival rate. But only 32% of cardiac arrest victims get bystander CPR. Sadly, less than 8% who suffer cardiac arrest outside the hospital survive. According to heart.org, the problem isn't whether we can reverse the cardiac arrest, but getting to them in time to do so. They suggest using the chain of survival, which is early recognition, early defibrillation, early bystander CPR, and early advanced care. While there's no universal agency responsible for determining how many people are actually trained in CPR, it is no question that it's an important life-saving skill, and more people trained, the better. Based on evidence that suggests CPR can actually mean the difference between life and death to victims, if more people are trained in delivering this life-saving care, hopefully the previously mentioned statistics can decrease over time. Having a member in each household trained in CPR would be incredibly important. If a victim is not lucky enough to receive bystander CPR, the survival rates drop 7 to 10% for each minute that goes by before they get defibrillated. Further demonstrating the need to increase the number of people trained in CPR is such cities as Seattle, Washington, where CPR training is widespread. The survival rate there for a witnessed cardiac arrest is 30%. But in contrast, if you look at cities like New York City, where there's not very much bystander CPR given, there's only a 1 to 2% survival rate. So the need is very obvious, and so is the solution. Donating your time is simple and easy, and you can do it just in a few hours a year. CPR instructors are generally volunteers and are trained in adult, child, and infant resuscitation techniques. The American Heart Association offers CPR instructor certification, which allows volunteers to teach CPR in the community. There's no prerequisites to becoming an instructor other than the interest and willingness to learn how to teach. Giving such a small amount of your time could help save someone's life. So how does this help serve our community? Your donation of time and instruction, as we've mentioned, saves lives. Ordinary people performing extraordinary acts repeat day in and day out across America because someone has been trained in CPR. Every life saved, there's really 2 heroes involved: the person administering the CPR and the volunteer instructor who taught them. Hopefully you're now ready to volunteer as a CPR instructor. As EMTs and paramedics, we already serve our community in pre-hospital care that we administer. But we could actually make that care more effective by training people in the community in bystander CPR. Because an emergency can happen anywhere and anytime, the American Heart Association CPR and AED learning programs help increase survival rates by training people just like us to respond quickly. The sad truth is most people do not survive cardiac arrest. There's only a small 4 to 6 window that we have an opportunity before it's too late. And less than 1/3 of sudden cardiac arrest victims receive the CPR from bystanders. Through a variety of programs, though, that we can equip the people in the community to act in emergencies, we've got the Friends and Family CPR that's designed for people that want CPR training but don't need a card for their work. This course is real good for new parents, grandparents, babysitters, and just people interested in learning how to save a life. The American Heart Association also offers a variety of programs for the schools who want to train their students, their teachers and staff in CPR, AED, and first aid. We have an obligation to serve our community and give them the best care possible. Joining the American Heart Association's mission to teach CPR within the community helps us fulfill that obligation. So today I presented you with the need for teaching CPR within our community, what is involved with donating your time and talent, and how to become an instructor. You can not only be that person that shows up and does the CPR on the victim, but you can also be that hero that teaches someone how to save a life. Give the gift of saving a life. Think about it. That life you save could be your own. Thank you.